Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Glenn O'Sara, president of the Brooklyn Tea Party. I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us today for our January 26, 2025. Wow, we're in 2025. One more year away from 2026, the year of the 250th birthday of our country. All right? So it will be a beautiful year that year. That's when our version of the bicentennial will be, and we're going to have a patriotic year all year round. We have our president on steroids, right? What day are we in? Day 5.
Yes.
Day 5. He spoke more to the press than Biden has done in 4 years. Okay, Biden is now visiting some people, the visiting angels, right? So they're visiting him now at the home. And, you know, diaper changes are in order. No offense to those who have incontinence, but, you know, he was our commander-in-chief, and boy, what a wonderful time that was, huh? I mean, everyone's gonna say, oh my God, I wish we had Joe Biden back. I don't think will be the words uttering out of any human's mouth. But on that fun note, we have Donald Trump, the golden age of America. Is that what he said, right? The golden age of America has begun. Already $1.1 trillion in new economic growth has been coming into our ways. So for our investment in our country, within days, okay? So with that being said, well, before I ramble on even further, let's start the meeting officially with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone please rise. Here's the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And I believe Kamala Harris would say, I pledge allegiance to what? She messed that up. Remember? She did that a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, but she was from a working class neighborhood.
Yes, yes.
She was unburdened by what
Has been, and what has burned with the number 2, with the 2 cheeseburger meal. She worked really hard at McDonald's, salting up those fries. And yeah, that's her new job now. And it's good times.
Wait till Donald Trump drives up in the Beast and orders something from the drive-thru. Pamela.
Well, yeah, she was a pleasure. I mean, God, we could have had Kamala Harris. What a shame, right, guys? Oh, she would have been so wonderful. But on that fun note, horrible note, I don't know if everyone was getting these little things. Lori brought it to my attention. I remember getting this too. It's a little thing that says, "Be Counted NYC 1."
I got one.
You got one? Okay. Now, what I suggest everyone doing, this is basically, they want everyone to switch to become a Democrat.
If you notice, I almost ripped it up. It's torn on the
Don't
bottom.
rip it
I
yet.
went crazy when I got it. I went berserk.
And it
I said,
has-
save it.
The voter registration form
They even have a
pre-filled out, I believe, right? It says Democrat already? There we go, Democrat.
It's a copy of it.
We need a good communist party, right? Because, I mean, come on, the Democrat Party is a democratic, very democratic. Yes. Look, if you notice it's prepaid stamp.
They're gonna ruin our democracy.
Yes. It has been burdened. And then in this letter, it says, the challenges we face as a city are immense. Crime, especially in subways and yada, 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 are out of control. I think the gist of this, I'm not going to read it all because I don't want to fall asleep while I'm standing, is that they want us to register as Democrat to do what? What do they want us to do? Basically, I'm assuming it's to, something to do with the mayor. And I'm wondering if this has anything to do with John Catsimatidis, because I kind of vaguely remember last year or something, he was pushing for something like this. So we look up Be Counted NYC 1 Inc. And let's see who's behind it, who's running this, and let's get an idea of what the angle is. But everyone, yeah, let's all become Democrats. Hell no, only when I die. When I'm in the graveyard, that's when I'll be a Democrat.
Can I
Yes.
say something, Glenn?
Sure.
This is the second time this has happened,
Oh, yeah.
and when it happened before, a few years ago, what happened is I run an early voting site, and people came in and they wanted to vote in the primary, and they found out by accident they'd signed that, and they couldn't vote as a Republican in the primary because they'd signed that, mailed it back, and they were now a Democrat. They could
Oh my
vote
God.
as a Democrat, but they came to vote as a Republican in a primary, and they couldn't. So I just think, spread the word, tell people that you know what this is all about, and to be careful.
Put something on Facebook about
Well, this will be on...
Make sure it goes on, don't put my address on it.
No.
See, the thing is, I don't even want to joke around and write Trump or F you or anything and
Well,
send it back.
send it back.
They check me off as a Democrat.
No.
and
You're gonna
convert me to
cross
something.
off the area, you can put an X, make it unlegible, the form area. You don't even have to return the form. You can just write a letter back. Use their envelope. Make them pay the stamp. Everyone who has this still lingering in your homes, write Trump Trump forever, or whatever the heck you want to write. Write a little piece of letter.
Trump 2028.
Just put it in there.
Just get on their nerves.
Now more than ever and again and again. And just keep write a little note, let them pay for this stamp, and let them pay for this crap. Okay, so they
Curtis is definitely running. Is Curtis Lewa definitely running?
that's what he says, so Curtis Lewa wants to run. I don't know who else wants to run,
I haven't heard about anybody else.
but that's something to look for in your mail. It just came out on January 17th. Yes, sir.
Glenn, this thing is a PAC that the idea behind it is to get conservatives or Republicans to register as Democrats in order to prevent the socialists from becoming mayor. Okay. My stance on this is, as conservatives, we don't game elections, and it should stand that way. So.
Now, this is, I don't like this because we're already behind the 8 ball. We don't need less in our ranks, No, we need people to sign petitions that are alive, so that way we can get candidates to run as Republicans on the ballot. Otherwise, we're just gonna have,
I think
no
Cuomo
one.
is looking
So,
to throw
with
his
that
hat
being
over.
said, of those who are paid club members, right, there are paid club members here, we're just gonna do a general voice vote, yay or nay, and we're going to be endorsing our Vice President, Heshi Tischler. Before I do that, before I formally announce for the vote, Heshi, would you like to step up and make a little speech here?
As you all know, I'm running for city council against Simcha Felder. He has called my rabbi 3 times. Even this week he complained about my show that I was talking bad about him. I'm going to give you a little update on what's going on. We collected 1,800 signatures. And where's Frank? He was part of my team. Thank you, Frank, so much. He did pretty good. And we got onto the ballot with over 1,800 signatures. We, of course, have a good team. We were verifying it. We had our lawyers and everybody looking everything over, and Simcha Felder was coming after us on all sides. And we got on the ballot. He, again, objected to something, and they found some technicality on our cover sheet that we did everything correctly, but now you have to print your name, even though everything is printed on it. They want you to sign and print your name, and we fixed that issue. We then decided we never go on the offensive, and we went on the offensive this time, and he had over 2,300 signatures. But we did a very good job since we've learned it, and we knocked off over 1,900 of his signatures. Now, we submitted it to the Board of Elections. We've also sued him in court. We also hired a private investigator and found out he does not live at 1171 Ocean Parkway, and he sold his house, and we found out we bought in Jersey. Now, we haven't reported him to the Senate Ethics Committee, Senator Felder, he might be reported, but we are now going to go to court on December the 3rd. And maybe if the Board of Elections and the court knocks him off, on February the 4th, you'll be swearing me in for another position. Our team is very good, and there's a lot of changes to be made. I want to tell you something. I met a Holocaust survivor lady, and she said, when I see people, I don't really trust them. She was an older woman in her 80s, and I'll explain to her, what do you mean? She says, when I see somebody, I want to know that I feel that when I was going through the Holocaust, that they would have hid me. They would hide me. I'm scared that people are always going to turn me in. And that's how she goes through life. You know, I know a lot of people today who are very wealthy or powerful. Their own children wouldn't hide them in time of need. That's why we have to be good to our neighbors. We have to care. You know, and I told Frank and the rest of my team, if you don't really care about me running for councilman or care that I'm going to do this job correctly, don't come help me. And I tell it to my team, and I tell it to all my employees that work here. When I become councilman, my job is not a 2-hour job, not an 8-hour job like Mr. Felder, who comes in twice a week or hasn't even voted the last 3 years in the Senate. He's just won his Senate seat, just won it. Spent thousands and thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of dollars, thousands of matching funds. He won it. And now he's jumping into the city council so he can protect himself, so he gets a bigger pension. That's it, so he can retire and do nothing. Not me. You know, I came home Saturday, I volunteer in the hospitals and I run around. And Friday night, I came home very late. And standing in front of my house was a young man. He says, listen, Hershey, this young boy has been arrested. Can you help us? I said, it's Friday, Shabbos. Went to the police station, had a login, and got him on a desk appearance ticket. My job is to serve my community, serve my neighbors, serve my city, and if possible, to serve my country. So I want you to know, my dear friends, when you stand here and read that and say that Pledge of Allegiance, it gets to me every single time. I love this country, and I hope that the Republican Party backs me. I don't know if they will, you know. Your friend Richie Barsimian, and you as a district leader.
Me, I always...
See? But we have to make sure that we get the right people in. Because when I get in, I promise you, they will have to answer to me. And I want to thank all of you for coming today. I appreciate the honor of being your vice president last time, and again to be your vice president of this club. And on March 25th, by the way, everybody, while we're doing this special election, somehow Felder and the mayor were able to figure out, before I'm even elected, I have to run for the office again. So we'll be running 2 elections at the same time. On March 1st, we're going out for signatures again. Raymond, by the way, thank you for helping me with signatures as well. Please, everybody, give him a hand. Everybody is very good, and we are going to win both elections. We're going to crush Mr. Felder, and we are going to make sure that when I stand in that city council, you know, and I keep repeating it, there's a cable channel called the City Council Channel, and it's very boring. When you watch it, they pick their noses, scratch their behinds, you want to kill yourself. Get the channel, because when I'm on there, it'll be, you can't let the little children watch it, I promise you. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and let's have a beautiful meeting. Thank you.
Hershey is our...
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I will be talking about that little thing on my show this week. That left.
Oh, good, perfect. Hershey Tischler is our Donald Trump, guys. Come on. He's gonna do a great job. He's gonna ruffle a little tail feathers, and that's always a good thing, especially in our corrupt government. Okay, we have, as we know, seeing what Donald Trump has gone through. Look, Donald Trump, when you think of Donald Trump originally, he's an honorable guy, he's a billionaire businessman, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He has become one of the most honest politicians that you could ever hope for. Because think about it. He says what he wants to do, he says it freely, he doesn't do that jazz of, well, I think we have to do a survey and have a committee for it. No, he don't talk like that. He says, let's cut the red tape bullshit and let's get it done. And that's what he's been doing, and he promises, he keeps a promise. He wants to make sure that, when he says a promise, he wants to make sure he keeps that promise. As you can see, as he bounced across the country, yesterday, I believe it was, or the day before, North Carolina, LA, and Vegas. They talk about no tips. So you think, oh, it was just a campaign thing. No, he wants all his promises to be fulfilled. Now, how does those promises not get fulfilled? Well, you have Republicrats, right? Those rhinos who like to get in the way of things. Here we have the Senate, what do we have, 53 seats, is it, or 54? 53, right?
53, yeah.
53.
Well, not really, McConnell doesn't count.
Well, he's an ass. But McConnell looks like a turtle. Looks like a turtle. You know, you ever look like a turtle? It's him, I don't care.
A box turtle.
Yes, his time, you know, time to put him out to pasture. What is he, have one more year of his term? Whatever. The point being is we have plenty of McConnells, we have Murkowskis, we have Collins and all that. These people always will get in our way. Okay, thank God we have the vice president to break the tie vote. Because we really have like 3 rhinos. I'm sure there's one waiting in the wing. I mean, maybe we could get Fetterman. You never know. Fetterman looks like, we never think, like I said, with Donald Trump, you would never think, or would you ever think Fetterman would be kind of the voice of reason on the left side of things? I mean, he's not going to be the world's perfectest guy. We're not going to, you know, really love every moment of him. But even if we love 1 or 2 moments, that's better than what we get from any of these fools, which is no moments. So I'll gladly take 1 or 2 good moments where we can see eye to eye. That's good, as opposed to nothing, because at the end of the day, the Democrat Party is the Communist Party, okay? Because that's what they are. That's what they have morphed into. And with that being said, I would like to formally ask the paid membership of this organization, if you, because we already voted on our board of directors, so then this is the next formal step, to formally endorse Hershey Tischler for city council. Do I have yays?
Yes.
Yay.
Any nays? Okay, none seeing anything of nays, and I see that ayes have it. I formally say that the Brooklyn Tea Party endorses Hershey Tischler for city council in the 44th City Council District.
Surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next city council. Thank you, okay?
What neighborhood is that?
Borough Park, Flatbush, Midwood, Gravesend.
Thank you.
So
I'll be
that,
representing everybody, don't worry.
and thank God, because we also have one less member at the moment, or at the end of the month. It will be Joe Borelli will be leaving the city council. For those who don't know it, he's going to go on to greener pastures, to a new job. And I guess when you're about to leave because of term limits, you gotta do what's best for your family, so he's getting a better job. But there'll be Frank Morano, if those who know him on WABC Radio. He's also looking to run for that spot. I believe Joe Borelli endorsed him. So Frank Morano, and I'm sure there's others that are gonna be running for that position. So everyone's voice should be heard, of course, and we'll see how that falls. That's the most conservative district in the city, basically. So hopefully we gain that back and not lose it. I don't think we will lose it, but I mean, what do we have in the city council? 4 or 5 members, maybe?
6.
Do we have 6 now?
By the way, Borough
Well,
Park,
7.
by the Borough Park, Flatbush, 90% of us voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And 90% of my district voted for Trump.
There you go. So, there are slivers of hope in this city, and what you do with those slivers of hope, you build upon that. You gotta have a foundation, otherwise your building don't stand. Now let us briefly talk, before we do, because we also have to get into the swearing-in ceremony of our club officers, but for that to be happen, we have to have Larry, they were a half hour late with a phone call.
Should I call them?
No, I already did, and we'll be yelling at them, we'll be swearing at them. Instead of this, is that them? No, it's not. Okay, so they'll be coming soon, so before we do that part of the meeting, just wanted to briefly say I did go to Washington. Anyone go to Washington for the inauguration? Ramon, you went? Anyone else? okay? Unfortunately, I had to leave, I told some people already, I had to leave because my bus had to leave at 5, so I missed Trump,
Okay, here.
okay? So I missed Trump, and